What is happening, gamers? This is Bradley here, and welcome back to another episode of
Buggin' Bradley,
where you get to bug me with your questions and I get the bombastic privilege of answering them. The first question comes from Ace Plays on Twitter, and he asks, do you model? Is that even a question? Of course I model. DJ Hammer on Twitter asks, do you enjoy French mayonnaise while sailing down the rivers of Venice? What in the world is French mayonnaise? Okay, Google. Give me the lowdown on French mayonnaise. Mayonnaise history. Was it invented by the French or the Spanish? Isn't that the question of the day? A1 Umbreon 346 wants to know, how many Pokemon games do you have or played? Or have you played Xenoblade Chronicles? Well, Mr. Umbreon, welcome to the world of Pokemon! If we're just talking about the main series, I have quite a few of them. I have Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, Crystal, Ruby, Sapphire, Diamond, Pearl, White 2, Y, and then as for the remakes, I have Fire Red and Alpha Sapphire. So unless I'm missing something, the only sets of games, so to speak, that I've missed out on are Black and White and then Heart Gold and Soul Silver. It does kinda stink that I missed out on those remakes because Gold and Silver is one of my favorite generations. As for Xenoblade Chronicles, I am currently playing Chronicles 3D on my new 3DS XL, so yes, I can say I played it. Angel Rivera on Twitter asks, do you know any pickup lines that can be used on girls? Of course, I know a ton. Okay, Google. Is your name Wi-Fi? Because I'm really feeling a connection. Are you wearing the Pegasus boots? Because you've been running through my mind all day. Mario is red, Sonic is blue. Let's start to join, and be my player too. Smiley Face on Twitter asks, what's the most overhyped game you bought in the last 10 years? One game that does come to mind is Paper Mario Sticker Star. Personally, I was really hyped for the game when it was first announced. It was a Paper Mario game in 3D and we could take it on the go. I was really excited to get my hands on it, and then like 2 years later when it finally came out, it was Random Box on Twitter wants to know, favorite movie director? George Lucas, Michael Bay. But honestly, one of my favorite directors is probably J.J. Abrams. He does some good stuff. And also, Star Wars Episode 7 is looking fantastic. Jacob Monday on Twitter wants to know, will you open a P.O. box? This is something that I have actually thought about in the past. I just never went through with it. It costs money, probably not that much, but you know how I am. But anyways, if you guys send me fan mail and stuff, then sure, why not? Leave a comment below and tell me if you would actually send me fan mail, and then we'll see what happens. Mother Dragon 64 on Twitter wants to know, have you played the Mother/Earthbound games? Well, if you actually watched my old review on Earthbound, you'd know I've played Earthbound. So yes, I've played Earthbound, and that's the only one. I don't want to play Earthbound Beginnings, because that one just seems archaic. I do want to play Mother 3 though. Rainbow Aurora wants to know, what are you looking forward to most in Fire Emblem Fates? Petting, I mean the story and strategic gameplay. Ben on Twitter wants to know, Metroid? What do you want to know, Ben? Who is Metroid Ben? What is Metroid Ben? Why is Metroid Ben? I don't know, Ben. What do you want to know, Ben? You tell me, Ben. Jigs Eichenboom on Twitter wants to know, what is your favorite Sonic game? Well, besides Sonic Lost World and Sonic Bammy, the only Sonic game that I really dove into and completed is the first one, Sonic the Hedgehog, so I guess I'll go with that one. I do have the DS collection, which has Sonic 2, 3, and Sonic & Knuckles as well, but I really haven't played those, and they're probably better than the first one, but I'm just gonna go with the first one. Banana Slosh on Twitter asks, do you think Mario Maker will get paid or free DLC? This one is kinda tough to say. With Nintendo's track record lately, they have been dishing out DLC for most of their games, so I do want to say that we will be getting something in some fashion. Whether it's paid or free, I don't know. One of the obvious things is to introduce new themes, like Super Mario Bros. 2, or even the Game Boy Mario games like Super Mario Land or Super Mario Land 2. Those might be a bit more difficult to implement though, so new items might be the way to go, and they should be free because we're already paying $60. Jacob Anderson on Twitter asks, what other Nintendo series would you like to have a whole wave of amiibo based off of? Well, if it's gonna be a whole wave, then it's gotta be a series with multiple important characters. So what about Star Fox, Mother, or even Paper Mario? I mean, it's not like we don't already have enough Mario characters, but hey. Exo Paradigm Gamer on Twitter asks, at what point do you think a game gets too long? I've been thinking about this question, but I can't seem to nail it down to one specific thing. I want to say when they make you do fetch quests for just some odd reason, but that's not always a bad thing. Also, a lot of backtracking could be pretty annoying, especially if you can't get to those places quickly. But yeah, it's kinda hard for me to pinpoint when a game gets too long. DJ Hammer on Twitter asks, If I spent 512 hours on Animal Crossing, am I weird? Extremely. Nintendo on Twitter asks, if you are getting the game, what are you most excited for in Xenoblade Chronicles X? Yes, I do plan on getting Xenoblade Chronicles X, and one thing I am excited for is the real-time combat system. I liked it in Chronicles 3D, and now in X there's gonna be new weapons, new arts, and of course there's the scale, so yeah, let's go with the combat. Shockon on Twitter asks, what are your thoughts on Dai Gyakuten Saiban not releasing outside of Japan? What? Linkachu on Twitter wants to know, can you show us your morning routine? Time to go to work! No way! Five Nights at Freddy's 5? Ben Rundis wants to know, if you were in a movie, what role would you play, other than Baydox's senpai? The amazing, the spectacular, the sensational Spider-Man! Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Spider-Man. The Heavenly Buddy asks, what are your favorite cartoons at the moment? Well, I am currently not watching any cartoons, so none. Shant Gamer asks, have you played a Virtual Boy? I have never played a Virtual Boy, and I've never actually seen one in person, but hey, I wouldn't mind trying it out. I'd like to see what all the fuss is about. That rhymed. Dimensional Doors asks, well hello there Bradley, here's my question. Over Professor Layton, Louie from Pikmin, and Gino from Super Mario RPG, who would you want for Smash DLC more? Who do you think would have a better chance? Who would have a better moveset? Well, I think Louie from Pikmin is better suited as just a costume swap for Olimar. As for Gino, he does have a chance, but he is a pretty obscure character. The one that I think that has the best chance is Professor Layton. He is much more iconic. I've never actually played Super Mario RPG, so I don't know a whole lot about Gino, so in that case, I think I'll pick Professor Layton as the character that I want more as DLC. Or do I want Gino because he's more of a mystery character for me? Technodash asks, are you hyped for Captain America's Civil War? What do you want and expect in the movie? Yes, I am looking forward to Captain America's Civil War, because for one reason, Spider-Man's in it. The movie is sure to be good fun, and I am interested to see how they're going to handle Spider-Man. I do have to say though that I think I'm a bit more intrigued about the Doctor Strange film than Civil War. Shamrock PA on Twitter asks, what's your favorite brand of cereal? This question is actually pretty easy. My favorite cereal brand is Frosted Mini Wheats. During high school, that's pretty much all I ate for breakfast every single day. Frosted Mini Wheats. They just never got old. Haydox wants to know, have you ever considered delving into Sony territory for videos? I can't say that I haven't thought about it, and I would love to have a PS4, but that just means more money to dish out. I am already bogged down with just Nintendo stuff as is, so I think I'll just stick with that. Also, it keeps my audience compact. Thomas of Onin asks, Bradley, if you had to pick one, Marvel or Nintendo? Well, Tommy, I would have to pick Nintendo, because with them they have video games and that's something you can actually interact with. With Marvel, it's just comic books and movies, and that's just stuff you can watch or read. So I think I would find myself being more engaged with Nintendo. And that will bring us to the end of the 17th episode of Bug and Bradley. If you liked what you saw, please give this video a thumbs up, and you can stay tuned for more videos in the future. If there is a question you want to ask me, leave that in the comment section below, or you could ask me on Twitter, and use the hashtag BugandBradley, so I know it's a question for Bug and Bradley. But I will talk to you all in the next video, guys. Bye!